G'day and welcome back to the channel. Now I've got something really exciting to show you today, but I'm wearing the wrong hat. Oh, there we go. That's better, yes. Oh. This is a bit more appropriate for this kind of video. This is actually Heidi's helmet. Yes, Heidi Becker's. You know Becker Motley? Yes. You can tell it's Heidi's helmet because she's been sitting on the back of Becker's bike and it reeks of terror and fear. Anyhow, look, the reason I am wearing this is because I have something very, very, very big to show you. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? Look at that. That is an enormous box, and this is one of my Finding Airfix rare kits. Now, I have built other Airfix motorbikes, like this one. This is also an Airfix motorbike kit. Look at that. It's a BMW. Yes. And it's apparently 1/9 scale, but seems to be rather small. This is a 1/8 scale. But then again, the box is a lot bigger. What's going on here? Let's find out. Roll the music. Now, for some reason, this comes in a huge box. I don't know why, because I mean, it's 1/8 scale. It's not much different to that other little BMW mine, which came in this tiny little box, right? There's a pic. It's just, Airfix just decided, look, this is going to be more expensive. We'll put it in a bigger box. I don't know. It's impressive, though. It's impressive. And the thing is, there is a fair amount of plastic in here, but honestly, Airfix, you could have halved the box. Look, really, what the hell were you thinking? You know, we got this great big box. We'll sell it this giant box, and we'll charge everyone a fortune. They'll love it. And of course, you open up the box and you go, well, where's the rest of it? Anyhow, that's about the only bad news. Let's get into the kit parts, and I'll show you just how nice this is. So this is a much more sensible size to work at. That's basically the whole kit. Lovely little display book. We will go through it in detail, but it is typical of Airfix of the time. So very nicely indicated. Everything is there. You're going to show that with your fumbly fingers. And there's sort of little notes and things all the way through. Speaking of notes, it did come with this little bit of paper here, which sort of said, Visa Werner Fusion. Yeah, don't know what that means. There's no conversion. So, visor. So the visor, the little visor clip. Oh, so that's obviously there is a figure. Well, at least there's a visor, so it must be a helmet. So that's something good. So, well, we need to be aware of that, yeah. Now, as I said in the introduction, someone had kind of started it. So the frame is already put together, although it's really not that many parts. But they had already done that. Because I said this was a barn fight I got for a steal, so we won't begrudge them that. They haven't done too bad a job. It'll be easy enough for me to take that apart with a little bit of glue down the joins and separate it. But it actually doesn't look too bad. So I was quite happy that I got this great big motorbike. Now, springs, yes. Actually, the frame size for that is about the length of the BMW. So yeah, this is sizably bigger. Airfix sort of, well, everyone says that BMW is 1/9 scale, but honestly, I think it's 1/12. So if it's 1/12, that means this will be 1/3 bigger, right? Work it out, 8 to 12, 2 4s, 3 4s, yeah. So yeah, it is a bigger kit, but did it deserve a box 10 times larger? No, it didn't. Okay, so we have got lots of sprues, and they are in bags. Most of them are the Airfix bags. Yeah, that's an Airfix bag. So yeah, looks like I did get it. You can tell it's an Airfix bag. It's got dust, and yeah, it's all sticky taped up. So there's all of that. Airfix bag there for the crony bits. Yep. Then I have Ziploc this. These are the suicide parts, but I'm going to put that spring because doing just decided to spring out. So we'll put that in there. Now, they had kind of started on the front fork, and from memory they had broken something. They'd actually snapped off something in the little join there. So I went, oh dear. But remember when I examined it, I went, oh, okay, I could re-drill that out, and I could redo that with brass rods. So not a problem. And they had put this little assembly together here. So those sort of things have been done. But hey, doesn't matter. These are all bendy wobbly parts. So yeah, there's all kinds of brake lines and clutch lines and, drag lines and, all kinds of lines in it. Yeah, they're all doing a line before they go for their run. None of that, Harry. There is a chain. There is like a chain. Well, it's actually a rubber chain. So it's like a Harley Davidson. No, it's not. No, it's not. But so that'll be bendable. We'll look at that. And then, oh, look, hang on. Here's the frame again. Oh, this is interesting. Maybe I got the part replaced. Isn't that interesting? So I have that part, and maybe they got that sent as a replacement because they realised they kind of had cocked that up, or maybe they... Who knows? Who knows the reason for that? But I have the frame. I can build it up from scratch, so that's good. We don't need that. It's gone. And again, hang on. You need 2 of those. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We have lots of frames. We've had a good look at these frames with frames. Well, sprues with frames. And yeah, they're all identical. I've got 3 frame sprues, one of which they have used to build the frame. So I can build 2 other frames. I can make 3 motorbikes. Well, kind of, that's how it goes. Now the book is quite lovely. Norton Commando there. Beautiful drawing of it. Well, actually it's a photograph, isn't it? Probably a photo of the model. Yeah, it looks pretty good. There's a whole lot of blurb on the back so you can read all about it. We won't go into that. We're more interested in the model. If you want to read about that, go to bloody Wikipedia. Yeah. Don't waste my channel. I'm not a history friggin' channel. It was a really fast motorbike for its day, and very sexy. Hence the motorbike jacket that was needed to present this video, which is bloody hot to wear. Anyhow, let's have a look. They've got the usual sort of general things, Do not use this motorbike to do a robbery, that sort of thing. Don't join any really bad motorbiking banks and start selling drugs. The usual sort of stuff that you get in instructions. Colours, shiny black, flat black. Yep, that's about it. That's about all you're going to get. Oh, there we are, of course, some coloured bits. In fact, I had a quick look. The clear parts here, which the guys got into. And you can tell the age of this kit because of the dead moth inside of it. There you go. So, the clear sprue, which we don't come to too much later, but I'll just talk about it now. He's already started sort of putting a bit of paint on there. So they're done. I mean, that's already done for me. So that's a saving. I don't have to do that. I do have the paints to do that. That's not a hard job. Usually I use Tamiya clear paints for that. They're rather good. So, I can't get that back in. I can't get it in. Can't get it in. It's not the first time she said that. All right, well, this bit he's obviously done. We're going to say he, right? I don't know what they are. I don't know if their pronouns are Z, Zoo, Zoo. What? It's a he. It's a motorbike. Airfix kit. It's going to be a he. So, yeah, they've already started on all this. Now, Airfix has diverged from their usual sort of old instructions with the 60s and 70s kits. This is a 79 kit, so, and it's a big kit. So, I don't know if this happens with like the big 124 scale aircraft. I don't think so. I looked at the Stuka and everything was in order. This is what I'm on about. Normally, Airfix, you start with part 1, then you go to part 2, part 3, part 4, and you work your way through. And the instructions are in the part number because Airfix doesn't give you sprue maps, right? None of that. So basically, you find the sprue with all the parts on. They're usually kind of together, and away you go. And so that would have been a chromey piece, because obviously these are pre-chromed. Now, Airfix hasn't done too bad a job here of doing that chroming. Now, a lot of people go, no, take that off, repaint it. Well, you could if you want to. Look, as if it looks like chrome, I leave it. I can always run a little bit of a matte sort of spray over it to make it look more aluminium-y. With the BMW, I did do the pipes myself because I had to join them together with various pieces of plastic. And that will be the case with this one. If there's joints to be done for chrome pieces, I'm going to have to sand and fill, sure, I'll respray them. And I've got some lovely chrome paint, especially that one from AK True Colour or whatever it's called, True Metal or something. I don't know, whatever I use on the BMW, it came up really well. So, yeah, they're all rather nice. But, I mean, you could build the model with that. It'd be fine. The tyres, though, are a bit shiny. They're a bit shiny. I would probably scuff those up a bit. And, they look even more factory fresh than they should. There should be some roadkill on them. Yeah, exactly. So those have been done, and some of the brakes have been put on. Good old drum brakes. Was that a disc? No, it's drum brakes. Everything drum brakes back then. You could go, but you couldn't stop. Yeah. Now he's done that bit. Yeah. So this is where I think things started to go wrong. he'd made that up, and that's okay. Although, is that the right one for there? Bracket, bracket, bracket. Yeah, it kind of was done. I don't know. Yeah, because that bracket's in that bracket would have been in there, and then this bracket's down the bottom here, and then this is the top bracket, which has, these two have got little U-shaped doodads off them. Yeah. Technical term, doodad. Okay, and there's your breakage, linkage we were talking about. It's all been done. Beautifully moulded. I mean, look at this. This is 1970s Airfix. Absolutely superb. You can't knock it. It's really good quality stuff. And the thing is, no flash. It's nice and clean, and detail is there. That's why you get a big box. You pay the big bucks. So he's done that. He's already done the shock absorbers, right, which should have springs in them. Oh, yes, they do. Look at that. Bedoing. Endless hours of fun. Yes, you can sit there playing with your bloody bike all day. So that's very nice. Movable parts. That'd be a big thing for Airfix in the day. So all of that's done. So basically we've got all that done. And then, he did build his frame. So that was done. But I will be building mine from one of the two sets. And they're all identical. I can't see any difference in them. So one of these I can use, and I'll have the fun of building my own frame. So that's good. When I get to this. All right. So it's not till we get to stage 8 that Harry's actually got anything to do. And this is where things get really fun. We're building things like this will be basically like a brake master cylinder or something like that. Yep. And then you've got some flanges, some doodads, and some what's-it. These will be peg brackets. Yeah, they're the brackets to put your foot pegs on, that sort of thing. So there's, they're little master cylinders and what have you for your brakes, and I don't know what that is. Oh, that'll be a frame shock absorber there to keep the frame halves apart and absorb all the movement side to side. Also, remember your motor's going to go in, and your motor does tend to shake the whole frame around, so this is like a shocky in there for the frame, I think. If I'm wrong, let me know. No doubt you will. Now look, found something interesting. The sprues are numbered. They're not like A sprue, B sprue, D sprue, and in each particular sprue, they stay pretty well in a number range. So you can kind of figure out which part's where, because the instructions are jumping around. So that's obviously the rear guard, and it is in 2 pieces, which is annoying, which means I need to cement those together. So that would get resprayed. I would need to, unless I can get the absolute world's best join, I doubt it. I'll have to cement that, fill it, sand it, and I will paint it. Which means if I've done the back guard, I'll probably need to pull that front guard off and have a go at it. We'll see. Now, that was sprue 11. Now, interestingly, I found all the chrome ones, and they are sprues 1, 2, and 3. And as I said, they are in number order. This one has parts in the low numbers, like 6, 7, 8, and then into the teens. So you probably, what I would do is sit down and write sprue 3 or sprue 1 has parts, this would probably be parts, 5 to 20, okay? And then sprue 2 seems to have parts 25 all the way through to something like 60. And that's probably how you'd figure this out. If you made yourself a little ledger, you could figure it all out. And sprue 3 here, away you go. Although, you can sort of, a lot of the parts are obvious. Obviously, this is a manifold bloody pipe and everything, right? And goes out. Those other ones that exhaust mufflers and everything. And this, I'm not sure what that is. Oh, that's where they're the bars. Up this way, Harry. Yep. They're your handlebars. Or do they drop down? They probably go down racer style, And that's your headlamp cover as well. So look, everything is beautifully moulded. I'll hold it still so you can see. All right. And then here, these obviously used some of that which was in making the bits and pieces that he needed for the forks. Okay, there's obviously some grey parts that went in there with the front fork and everything. Oh, what do you got there, Harry? Oh, that's actually broken. Well, there you go. Well, that's good. If that's broken, it means I need to pull that whole assembly apart and I can rebuild it. Oh, joy upon joy. That's probably me messing around with the shock absorbers. I broke the bike. I broke it. It's out of warranty too. Bugger. Okay, so these little brake and slave master cylinders, sort of. I mean, they could be carburetors. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this bike. They could be the carbies. Actually, they look very much like carbies because those are look like little air intakes. So sorry about that, guys. They probably are carbies. Yeah, but the brake, the brake things, that is what we did before. So they must be here somewhere as well. I just haven't found them. There's those. That's for your peg holders and your brake and your sort of clutch holder and everything, right? They're on the side of the bike. We looked at those before in the instructions. There's lots and lots of little parts. He's painted this one already. He's tried to chrome that one up, so I'd probably strip that down and use my chrome paint, which is a lot better. So yeah, so I'd probably go through the instructions early on, because they do mark what's chrome and what is aluminium, and I'd go through and then I will paint all my parts on the sprue as I do, you know. And then they only need touching up. I've got little pens, I've got chrome pens and everything that I can touch up when it's on the model. Saves all that mucking around in hyperspace, it really does. Here you've got engine parts, okay, so big chunky pieces here. This is all for the motor, and yeah, bits. There's a big, that's probably something to do with the rear wheel. It's really sort of chunky, or it could be an engine mount. It might be an engine mount. We'll soon see, but that's beautiful. And then this is for the actual cylinders, right? You get all the vanes, right, individually. So if I flip over here, I'll jump ahead a bit. So these are all the vanes in your motor, right? They're all the cooling vanes, and it's a parallel twin. So basically each of those vanes has a cylinder, 750cc, so each one must be 375. Math, guys, math. So that's really lovely, the way you sort of build that up, right? So you build up all your vanes, you put that together. So you can have a lot of fun building this motor, and all the way through there's lots of parts involved in here, and then you've got even got those lovely little sort of flowerette flanges that pop out the side for the manifold, yeah. Exhaust manifold, yeah. In the old Airfix kits, they would actually say what things were, which really helped a dumbass like me. I know motorbikes, but I'm getting lost with this one because it's a little older than a lot of the bikes that I rode. And you'll notice in the background, for special effect, more motorbike sounds. We'll just bear with those. So again, these probably are for brakes. Oh no, that's fuel. So this here, it's got a little tap on it. I'd say this is for fuel. Okay. Motorbikes, that's what they sound like. So yeah, because that's basically the carburetor's going in. So it's push rod overhead cam sort of thing. So just basically just sucked it all in, so you can see it all there. And they would be lines for your plugs. I think you've got a couple of smart plugs there. Twin cylinders. It's like a parallel twin. It's a bit like the Triumphs that I had. The nice parallel twin. They make a lovely sound. They really are quite lovely. And then you've got guards and things like that and bits and pieces. Oh look, there's all the bodywork goes on, and you've got a set of the shockies again to do for the rear with the rear wheel. That is your chain, right? And you've actually got some little links to join it together, so you can run it around, you can tension it, and then you've got to do the old hot screwdriver and put it on there without burning and giving yourself a band-aid, right? Yeah. You don't believe what that's from. There's no actual injury, it's a muscle injury. I have RSI in that thumb from grinding my coffee beans with a manual grinder. Can you believe it? Becca said, first world problems? Yeah. So, injured by my coffee grinder. I tell you, if it isn't the bloody exercise bike injuring me when I'm trying to put it together. So, I always said exercise is dangerous. And again, so that goes on, that goes through, you assemble through there. Some more of those pieces that we looked at over here. All right, so, look how crisp it is. Look, this is what I love about old Airfix kits. Crisp, clean. This will be a joy to build. And it'll still be fun, right? It's still not a click-together kit. You still have to do a little bit of fettling and everything, but there you go. Okay, these are your pipes. So those are your lovely little cone mufflers, which we looked at. The chrome parts, on they go. And then those clear parts that I dug out before, they'll go in. Unfortunately, the decals, yeah, they are looking a bit sad. This is the bag of suicide bits. They're looking a bit sad. I don't know if I can get a replacement. Maybe somebody does some aftermarket. I don't know. Let's look into them. I mean, those might be okay because you just cut them exactly to the shape and they can look a bit aged. That's fine. It's an old motorbike. But as far as the actual Norton logo goes, someone will probably have done it. So let me know if you know. Right, so you get that on, you get the spares on, you run bloody cables. Oh, it's awesome. There's more. There's a lot of parts. This will take a long time to build. And then you're running your lines for brakes. These are your little brake levers and everything, all right? So that was all that. And then that's the stand. Probably that thing I looked at before, I wasn't quite sure what it was. That'll be the kickstand. Well, not a kickstand, it's a full stand, all right? You basically, shove it. You'd have to kick it out and your back wheel goes in the air and it would sit there and not fall over when somebody breathed on it, like his modern bikes. So yeah, there, put on your stickers. Well, ours are stuffed, so, And seat goes on. I haven't seen any helmet, have you? No. So I don't know what they're on about. Viseur because I did not see a single helmet in this at all. Well, there you go. That was the Norton 750, which is a mighty kit from Airfix. It's from 1979, right? In 1/8 scale, would you believe it? And look, the parts were great. The fit's going to be good. The guy's kind of built a few things before, but I can basically undo that. And I've got spare parts in the kit. Win, 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 win. Well, I probably won't be wearing this jacket while I'm doing it. It seems to have shrunk in storage. What's going on there? I don't know, maybe Bass peed on it. Yeah. Anyhow, look, buttons. You know what they are? Like the throttle on a motorbike. Hit it and go. Whatever. And if you really like what I'm doing on this channel, boom, you can buy me a curry. That'd be really good. Then I'll be able to get out of this jacket. Bass, I'm going to need help out of this jacket. So yeah, I'm going to have to sort of leave you here because somehow I'm going to figure out. Bass, you're going to have to get me out. I've got to get Bass to help me out of this jacket because I think, goodness. All right, goodbye from Australia. And there's Hero from Harry and Diddy. Bass, I really do need help. It's like, I don't know how we get. Yeah, you'll have to grab it with one end with your tail and just have to pull and pull. You guys go home. You don't need to watch this.